What's going on, fight fans? Let's talk Efe Ajagba against Jonnie Rice last night in Las Vegas.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it was a heavyweight fight that I was actually looking forward to seeing, but it didn't really live up to the expectations of what I was hoping. I thought Ajagba would win this fight by knockout, yet instead he wins by decision. But before I actually get into this fight, let me jump into a fight I saw earlier in the evening. It was a debut of a young man that I'm actually just now learning about, Kasir Golston, a 17-year-old who decided to skip the Olympics in a couple of years since there was no Olympics this year and jump right into the pros. The kid came in. I think this was considered a welterweight fight because he and the gentleman he was facing, Isaiah Varnell, both weighed in at about 142 and some change. So they were saying that, with being as young as he is, you'll probably see him start out at super lightweight. But let me hit on what I saw. I'm not, of course, I can't be too critical of a 17-year-old who just turned pro. I have to give props to his handlers for putting him in there with a 30-year-old. If that was my 17-year-old, kid or my 17-year-old prospect, I would want him to fight someone maybe a little bit closer to his age. But they actually put him in there with a grown man who was, if I remember, 3-2 with 2 knockouts. You generally don't want your guy's debut to be against a guy who has knockouts on his record, even if he's only had 5, 6, 7 fights. But the young man did a pretty good job. He won all 4 rounds. The only negative I would say is that I think that he was too knockout happy. What I mean is that I think that the kid was spending too much time trying to throw that straight right hand instead of setting up his jab and using his boxing skills. It's only a 4-round fight. He was doing a lot of moving to the left. And the kid is, and I'm talking about that because the kid is a southpaw. But I did like what I saw. I'm gonna follow this kid and see where he goes from here. He won it 4-0, and we'll see what his next fight is. I just want to touch on that real quick. Now back to this Efe Ajagba fight. The fight underwhelmed me. I went into this fight expecting to see Efe throw somewhere between 65 to 72 punches around. He did not do that. The pros and cons, my pros and cons would be, the pro would be that Efe did use his jab to try to set up his offense. But the cons would be he didn't do enough body work. Jonnie Rice, if you followed me for a while, you know how I am about doing body work. Jonnie Rice came in there. Yes, he was in better shape than he had been his last 2 fights, but that body still looked soft. And I thought that Efe missed the opportunity to do some work down there, which might have brought the knockout. I mean, I think I'm trying to go off memory, y'all. I want to say that he threw something like 17 body shots in a 10-round fight. I mean, that's not even 2 body shots around. He should have really been working that body to wear Jonnie out. To wear Jonnie down to try to get the knockout that I thought he was going to get. I mean, he hit Jonnie a few times with some good right hands, but Jonnie he withstood him and made it to the end, which brings me to Jonnie. My pros and my cons would be the pros for Jonnie would be that in the beginning, the first 2 rounds, he did show some elusiveness. He did show some defense that he was going to be trouble for Efe. But the cons would be he didn't keep it up. And he seemed to me to be only content on surviving. I think he was just happy that he made it to the end of the fight and he didn't get knocked out like I was expecting to happen. I guess I don't have too much more to add on this fight, fans. I mean, it was a decent fight, but I was expecting a knockout. I was expecting Efe to be a lot more active, which he wasn't. And now he is 14-0. And Efe has a lot of work to do, in my opinion. I mean, he is probably still 10 fights. So after what I saw last night, he's probably still about a good 10 fights away from fighting a real significant, I'm not even talking about title contender. I'm talking about a major step up. He's probably about a good 10 fights away. Let's get him to about 22, 23, 24-0 before we talk about stepping him up. Otherwise, that's all I got for this fight. Let me know what you thought about this fight between Ajagba and Rice. Hey, if you watched the Kasir Golston debut, let me know what you think about that as well. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll let y'all later.